Talk Nerdy to Me, the show presents Comic Book Vidcast number 92.
Dos.
Sponsored by
Kaboo!
Test Labs, as well as
Twin Sons.
comic books and gaming, of course. You know, and I am Pablo Gunner, the gun show. P-Guns.
And I'm the ambassador here to negotiate with the comics.
Very nice, ambassador. I'll try to be as regal as possible for you. You know, I'm not the classiest of guys. I'm not as classy as you are, or educated, you know, more of just a grunt. But I will do my best. We're going to be covering our cover, panel, spread, back and back of the week, which that's our special thing. That's our special sauce right there. We put on it. You know, we sprinkle on there. You know,
why are you sprinkling stuff on your comics? That's not a good idea.
I'm not the smartest person in the world. But, you know, that's our best book of the week, our favorite book of the week, you know. We don't always agree, you know. In fact, usually we don't.
Yeah, usually we don't.
So we might lock horns sometimes, you know, you might get that, you know, from us. But, you know, we are covering that for the week of, July 31st.
Yeah, the 31st.
So, let's go ahead and jump into this.
And I got one word for you. Boyakacha!
Nice!
Yeah, this is my panel of the week right here. It's Leonardo kicking Splinter in the face. And it just has so much emotion there because you see Splinter so distraught and shocked that his son is
He was surprised. He was completely caught off guard. You know, I feel weird because I'm praising your panel of the week, but there's a lot of weight on that one panel. There really is.
Yeah, it may have been the panel to make the book.
And I mean, it's not even the fact that it's popping out of the rest of the. It's literally popping out from the rest of the panels, which is very unique and powerful. That right there, but just the action,
the meaning of it,
right?
The meaning of it, the look, the facial expressions that Santa Loco does. It's just all that together. It just makes it too good to pass on. Yeah,
it's emotional. It really is. Mine is going to be from Daredevil number 29, and it's this one right at the bottom in the center here, you know, with the black and the red. I fell in love with it. I just love the way it looked. That's all it was. That's all it is. Yeah. I just love the way it looked, you know.
It looked cool.
Because he was in the process of changing, he was dressing down, you know. Just the black, you know, how they showed his red hair, but his face was blacked out, you know, and then his pants were blacked out, which he was taking off, you know. Maybe that's another reason why I liked it. You know, I was in the Navy, you know, and you know what they say when you go out to sea, it's not gay if you're underway. But not that you know.
Yeah, he's remembering the towel fights.
Now that's not a lie. There was naked towel fights in. Anyways, another time, maybe another podcast, maybe. But I just love the way it looked. That's what it came down to.
Can't compete with that. My spread of the week came from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's this whole page right here. It's really cool because the top part is just pretty much. Basically Peter almost got erased from existence. Peter Quill.
Yeah.
And it's showing how he's feeling in a cool way because it's showing all these things that may or may not have happened just boom at once. And he's talking about it, too, to try to figure out with the lady at the bottom what's going on.
With this green chick, which I love how he's like James Tiberius Kirk, you know, and he's minus like of his own crew. What?
Minus the toupee. He's got real hair.
I thought it was drawn on. But, no, it's good, and it's... Because they do that similar image in the Age of Ultron number 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, But
So,
I felt this
it's like
was
expanded and better, yeah.
I felt this, even though I loved Joe Quesada's crazy awesome spreads.
Mm-hmm.
I felt this was more of a. It wasn't as good of quality.
Yeah.
But just because of where it was at and because it actually meant something for a character I like instead of just crazy weird stuff happening.
Right.
And that's what made it more relatable. And plus, it's Pacelli.
Right. Yeah.
Who can go wrong with Pacelli?
Oh, man, she's so good.
And it doesn't help she's attractive too in real life.
There you go. Maybe when she's drawing females, she's just like drawing portraits of herself. We don't know. Maybe.
You may never know.
Unless you look her up. I mean, you would know, Ambassador. So mine is my spread of the week, which is I'm kind of cheating, is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 24. It's cheating because it's actually a series of 4 panels, but it's all on one page.
And I feel it's a series that's supposed to be put together to tell one story like a spread.
Right. So it is cheating, and it's the one with the turtles, and it's Donnie, Raphael, Splinter, and Old Hob, and it's awesome.
Cool. They look similar, but then you look at them, and each one, their face kind of changes a little bit. Some bigger than others.
Right. I'm gonna be a broken record because I did say this on the Comic Cast on the audio, which I specifically said at the end of that audio that we try not to repeat ourselves. And here I am gonna repeat myself, but I feel like I have to. Matteo Santoloco has such attention to detail that he changes that even though 2 of these panels look similar to each other, or really they all look similar to each other.
Yeah.
They're so different because you have Old Hob, you have the Ninja Turtles, 2 of the Turtles, and they look so different from each other for one. Donnie has he seems like he has a longer neck and a smaller, rounder head, and Raphael has he's just more built and stuff like that. But so like I said, the just attention to detail, like they have squinty eyes on the bottom panels, and stuff like that, and just they turn their heads and give dirty looks, and they look different.
And
so it was just
even
awesome.
Hob with his grin, it's different every single one.
Yeah,
and you can tell it means something different every single one. All right, next we're gonna do our cover of the week, which mine came from the Gun Show's Bebow, Captain Marvel. I just really love this cover because I think it's a great way because this book really establishes why she's called Captain Marvel. And then you look at the background here and it's showing the old Miss Marvels that they've had.
Yeah.
In the past, like the way she's looked. And it's even drawn in like the old art style.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really cool cover, and it got me wanting to read the book real badly.
Right.
I ended up saving it for last, but wasn't disappointed.
So, my cover is Ultimate Comics The Ultimates number 28, and spoiler, here it is. Death of Tony Stark. It just looks great. I just love this cover artist. He's just so talented.
I like the tombstone.
So
it
great.
Looks so cool. It pretty much tells you who he is in a nutshell on the tombstone.
And your back and bag? Ambassador?
Back and bag, of course, is the Ninja Turtles. Ongoing series number 24. It's just, the art is solid and the writing is, of course, really good. And it's good to see, even when Santoloco isn't doing the story, the writing and the art mixes so well together that it flows.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find anything really wrong with this book, and that's why you have to give it the back and bag. And it had some crazy scenes that I'm going to probably remember for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a great book. Very emotional. Like you said, we talked about it. It has that heavy emotion, with Leo and his brothers and his father. So there was that. and then, but I had an issue with it, which is, it just, I thought it was going to be the conclusion, and it wasn't, so that's more my expectations, I also thought that, they went there to do a mission, and they didn't complete it,
Well,
so it was kind of like a waste. It was kind of a waste.
But they did get to find out the intel they needed.
I'm just telling you my issues with it, okay?
Yeah, he's a nerd with issues, I guess.
Yeah, because my back and bag of the week is Captain Marvel, number 14. It's the conclusion of The Enemy Within, part 5 of 5. And it's written by Kelly Sue DeConnick. Art by Scott Hepburn with Gerardo Sandoval. I couldn't tell that there was 2 artists on this because it was very consistent book. The villain looks terrifying in this. That's something that in a lot of books, if the villain doesn't look terrifying, another issue I kind of had with Ninja Turtles. You see Splinter in the first 2 pages without his helmet, and with his helmet, Shredder, right? Is that what I said? I said Splinter, didn't I? Damn it. So Shredder doesn't have his helmet. And with his helmet, you just see white. His eyes just look white, and that looks it looks creepy as hell, okay? And not to mention the armor looks really hardcore. You see him without his armor, you see him without the helmet, his eyes are normal, he just looks like another Japanese dude with a bad scar, and the scar doesn't even look that bad. I mean, it's a bad scar, but I mean, I've seen, I thought he would be really, really messed up, worse, I just thought it would look more gross. This villain looks really, really terrifying, and he's huge, and he's scary, and he's like, oh, I got these androids that are going to help me out, and then I have these huge, Kree sentinels that are attacking that you can't not stop, and stuff, so it was awesome, but all the time, the Avengers, they're helping, they're, converging together to help complete this mission and stop this horrible thing from happening, which is pretty much all of New York destroyed, millions of people killed.
And the Kree home city landing on top of it,
right.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the art is just mind-blowingly great. It's just so awesome, but she decides she knows how to fix this, and she knows the fastest way to do it, so she does it. And she's literally puts her life at risk, which, I mean, I thought she was dead.
I thought she was too, but then suddenly, they make a comment, and then, of course, you turn the page and it says next time on this issue.
Right.
Okay, she's not dead.
So
there's another issue coming out.
Not only that, but something I had an issue with, which I'll go ahead and repeat again. I didn't really care for her being Captain Marvel because I was I didn't feel like she deserved the mantle. Because it wasn't a proper pass on or transition. I felt like they could have done better passing that over. By the end of this, I'm like, nobody deserves it more than to have that name, And she pretty much says that, She's like, it's Captain, So it was. It just blew me away.
She owed up to it, even.
Yeah, it just blew me away. Really sad, really hardcore, really intense, So I loved it. That's why it was my back and bag. So, that's it for us, and keep those eyes hungry for
comics.